a little wonky. Hi, my name's Ellie. Welcome to my channel. Today we are doing a pink look. I've got a couple things going on and less of a plan than usual. I have stuff here, I promise. I was trying not to do a multi-chrome again, since it ended up kind of being mainly a week of multi-chromes. But I really want to dig into this lovely, aggressive pink called Savage, and I wanted to use Jilted because it is kind of a pinky purple, very interesting shade. These are from the Urban Decay Electric palette. And then I might not, but we do have Raspberry Fudge for deepening, and then Talisman from Cleana Cosmetics, words, and Red Giant from Terra Moon for the inner corner. We will see what happens when I get to blush. I don't know. I didn't plan. I thought about doing one look and then I didn't want to, and it's makeup time. So we gotta go now. There's no waiting. Yeah, the lighting's kind of bad. Kind of bad. Pretty bad. Sorry, it's raining and overcast, and that's just what we have. Doesn't really seem like the best time to try and acquire a lighting system. Although I am trying to acquire sewing skills. My mama found another knit that I can play with, and I kind of want to see if I can turn my tank top pattern into like a fun dress pattern. And I have hit the stage of being like, I'm confident. I had one success. I'm going to go and try and turn a thing in my brain into a dress. Which is a whole different thing. I took some of the interfacing and I messed around with it to see if what I was picturing as a pattern would kind of work out. And since it kind of did, I think I'm going to order some stuff and try and make this really pretty dress that is based somewhat on a dress I saw on Pinterest, but is also going to end up very different from, you know, my lack of skills and just things being different. Savage is a really nice pink. It will stain my eye, but do we care? Not really. Everybody gets, or at least there seems to be a lot of worry about, oh, things are gonna stain, oh no. Unless it's in pain and tender, I don't worry about staining. Because currently I'm putting makeup on every day. If I got a weird obscure, like if this pink stayed as a stain in my crease, I would still be putting makeup on it. It would be a different color over top. And it would be fine. But I also don't particularly care. Like, I've heard people say, oh, well, I'd have to, you know, if it stained and I didn't wear makeup the next day to cover the stain, I'd have to tell my coworkers or my family or whoever sees me why I'm stained. No, you don't. Make something up. Or just say, I wore some makeup and it stained my skin. That's the end of it right there. Like, even if you want to do something very subtle and delicate, you can put a cream shadow down and it'll cover up any base pigmentation, or if you're already using concealer as a base, you're already covering up pigmentation. Okay. That is aggressive. I like it. I don't think I want to deepen it because it is so pink. Ugh. Yeah, I think we're just going to let the 2 shades on the lid do the small amount of deepening. So I'm going to go into, that was all Savage. I'm going to go into Jilted as soon as I find the brush for it. Sometimes you move your brushes around and around and around, and they never seem to reveal the one brush you want, which gets very annoying because I don't have that many brushes. I should be able to find the one flat packing brush that I use, you'd think. But sometimes the universe is not in my favor. Oh yeah. Jilted is such a cool shade. Even if I wasn't going to get into pinks as much as I got into pinks, Jilted was going to be a good shade. That fuchsia berry purpley blue duochrome thing. Ugh. No, I'm still not over the fact that Urban Decay discontinued the electric palette and that the new one doesn't have as interesting colors in my opinion. Like, these are cool colors now. I'm sure they were even better when they first came out. Very interesting. Which does make me kind of sad that, like, this was the cool phase of Urban Decay, and I kind of missed it. Like, when I was getting into Urban Decay, they were already on The Naked 3, they had the Gwen Stefani stuff. Like, it was leaning much more into chill, neutral, office-y makeup. And, like, there's been colors, they're just not, they're not this. And, like, thinking about how cool Gash would have been when it first came out, and when they had the Vice palettes. Oh, I wanted some of the Vice palettes. I have one. There were other ones I wanted and I talked myself out of, or I, like, put it off and then they were sold out. Oh, I wish I had some of the other Vice palettes. Okay, now for Talisman, and hope that it plays nicely. There's going to be a little bit more extra blending, because, Talisman is bright and frosty. And, Cleona doesn't really skimp on pigmentation. So we're gonna have to go some back and forth blending. Still pretty though. Maybe we'll use this when I do. I have the dress, or one of the dresses that I was considering buying last year, for an Elle Woods Halloween costume. And I have this cute sweater. And I think that, plus like a very pink look, and in theory my hair will be blonde again by then. With the right accessories, I think I could have a really fun Elle Woods Halloween costume. Which is also just kind of an excuse to do aggressive pink makeup. Even though hers is not that aggressive, it's more her outfits. But we're gonna have some fun. And take some creative license and make things a little extra pink, since I don't have a purse dog to carry around and my cat would not appreciate going out into the public with me. She's a very nice cat to us and to most visitors, but she does not take well to exploring places she hasn't picked to explore. kind of making me think that Red Giant, we'll put it in there, but it might be a touch too... No, because on camera it's going to read pink, because that's how it's been reading, so it'll be fine. Just going to be a little weird for me. Because it's more... Oh, you can barely even see it. It is more red-orange in person than the pink it normally is on camera. And I don't think I'm committed to using this as a highlight. I think we're using Pink Heart just because I'm panning it, it's pink, and I put off finishing it so I could play some more with the other shades in there. Ooh. You can kind of see it now. Okay, that's eyeshadow done. They're old, but they still work really well. Like, that's a fun look. That is a lot of pink. Who left me unattended? Everyone. Let's see if I can knock off some of the fallout. Not much. Not much fallout at all. I am not decided on what blush we're doing yet, because I have two pink ones that are over here. We'll see which one happens. It'll probably be the one I've been using, my little Franken blush, but I'm considering mixing it with the next blush that I'm going to pan, while trying to get the last little bits of this bronzer out. I'm trying not to be somebody who represses it, but I feel like I'm going to end up repressing it. I finished watching Love Never Dies. I'm conflicted. It was fun, it was pretty, but it wasn't quite, the plot was just kind of boring. It was standard. I didn't know much about the plot other than that Christine and Eric had a child, and that, you know, Eric was not dead. But they made Raoul kind of an asshole. Which, to be fair, he doesn't have a ton of characterization in the musical other than being upstanding because he's a Vicomte and liking Christine. But they made him all alcoholic and gambling addicted. Meh. And Christine is some magical great singer, which she was good, but it was all because of the Phantom. And I might be misremembering the book, but I feel like it was implied that she didn't have the talent and that it was some mystical thing that the Phantom was doing. Almost like he was ventriloquisting her voice into better. I don't know. And they do a whole bet about whether Christine will pick the Phantom or Raoul, and I just don't like that. I feel like everybody got over that type of a plot line in romantic comedies in the 90s and the 2000s of, oh, we'll make a bet, and then things happen. And then they shoot Christine. I feel like there was a lot more nuance in the original Phantom, and, like, interesting characters and duality, and it wasn't absurd enough to be super fun. I don't know. I've seen it now, so that is, we've hit that. Just wish it was better. I think I am going to mix my Franken blush and the next blush I want to pan, which is Argyle from the Balm. I'm going to mix them together for something in between. Ooh, and I'm going to put the mascara in my bra before we get to that stage and I don't have warmed up mascara. Okay, so I don't think you guys can tell what I did, but I like it. Okay, you guys can see the blush, if I'm careful. I have the tiny little corner that I'm trying to get rid of pretty soon. I'm going to take a little bit more of Argyle and just kind of pop it up on the top of my cheekbones. And then we'll do the bottom blending thing I do with the bronzer brush. I think it's a good mix. I was worried it was going to be kind of garish to have a dark blush with such aggressive eyes. But honestly, the whole look's going to be kind of garish. I don't know what I'm doing for lips. That is a problem. We will deal with it in a little bit when we get to it after brows. I do like how pink that is. Very pink. Very fun. Oh. I'm thinking once I go back to work, try to do some type of panning thing that is like panning work office palettes. Or a variation on pan in every palette where you use it until you have pan in a bunch of shades. Which in theory would not affect you guys too much, because I would be doing those during the week and doing my fun palettes on the weekends. Unless I felt motivated or inspired to do some of the looks that I wear to the office. I always wonder if when I'm getting to do a bunch of fun, colorful looks, I'm gonna get sick of it and start wanting to do neutral looks. And it's kind of there, like the temptation to do just a really nice muted look is in there. But it's also not like, oh, I'm sick of color, I don't want to do color for months. I would want to do like a day or two of neutral and then go back to color. But I have a lot of fun colors to use. really should have made a decision about lips before starting filming. It would have been a smart decision. I made my eyeshadow decisions before filming. Why didn't I also pick out my lipstick? Because that would have made sense. We don't do that here. We do random extra things. Okay, highlighter. We're using last little bits of Pink Heart. And of course, like this as well, I'm trying to get it a little bit stuck in the corner. And this is one of the ones, these do have a white cast, so I don't want to build them up too crazy strongly, but I also want the pink part to really come through. So it is a complicated application process. So I did get that back corner out, and now we just have that much to use, which is like 2 applications maybe. I am going to pop leftover blush back there to make sure that it does get very frosty white cast if you use too much of it, and I'm worried about that. But even that is not that big of a deal. I need to have somebody who cares in order to feel like somebody's going to try and judge me about having a white cast from my highlighter. Oh, I have to start thinking about lips. While my face is drying, what are some of my pink options? Not much. I don't keep a lot of pink lipsticks. Especially nothing quite this bright. Okay, so lip gloss options, muted up to bright. Like it's kind of a pink, but also kind of more of a muted red, and very pink. Might be very pink. Maybe we'll go with very pink. I will think about it while we do mascara. Since I remembered to put it in there, very good for me. Since this is the last look of Color Week, I get to use the fun palette that came in the mail. It was pretty overcast yesterday. It started raining around dinner time, and it's been combination dreary, rainy, which is my favorite kind of weather. I do like overcast, crisp days. Mascara makes things so nice and pulled together. I think that's why most people do liner, is liner does that for them. Mascara does it for me. They're not great lashes, but I like them. And I'm trying to not mess with them too much, but you get in the zone. You start trying to set them exactly where you want, and then one lash is slightly off, or one side, ooh, or you scrape yourself with mascara. One side looks nice, but then it's slightly different than the other one. It'll have to do. Okay. Opinions on lips. I kind of want to use this one, because I'm worried that this is never as opaque as it is in the tube. I don't really want the duochrome of this one. I feel like this one might be the wrong shade of pink. We'll put it on and we'll see what happens. It's an acceptable pink. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to take this and I'm going to top it with this gloss. And hopefully it will do something to match. Or it'll mainly just make my lips glossy. But somewhat successful look. Hopefully a little bit more pink with the hair in it too, since it's still very pink. Oh, I like it. I think it turned out well. It's horribly dark again. I could try and give you guys some light. Still not great lighting, but everything is there. Everybody's staying as safe as they can, I hope. I will see you tomorrow. We will do something different since we're done with colors for this week. I like it. Feeling quite pink. About to go play with cloth and maybe make a dress. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.